Hey guys, welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. I'm Ron Mackenzie LaFergie. After decades of Peter Parker, Spider-Man went through a pretty significant change in recent years, with the addition of Miles Morales as a new Spidey. And he's awesome. But sadly, not nearly enough people know much about him, so I'm here to catch you up on the new web-slinger. If you finish this and want more, check out my video about Storm. We'll link it at the end. Now get ready, it's time to continue Black History Week with the top 10 shocking facts about Miles Morales. Number 10. His character was inspired by Barack Obama. This is one fact that comes up everywhere, but I figure not everyone spends their time googling various superheroes, so maybe this will be news to some of you. When Obama was elected president, writers at Marvel felt they should have their own victory of multiculturalism. So as a black man entered the most powerful position in the world, another became one of the best superheroes in the world. Thanks, Obama! No, really, thank you. Miles is awesome. Number 9. He's from an alternate dimension. Miles fans will certainly be aware of this, but if you haven't been keeping up with the comics, you may not have picked up on it. Miles didn't start on Earth 616, but rather Earth 1610, the Ultimate Universe. The Spider-Man of his world had seemingly died against Norman Osborn, and Miles, who had received similar powers in a similar way, took on the mantle. He only ended up on Earth 616 after the destruction of Battle World, when he woke up with himself and his family transported to the main continuity, thanks to Molecule Man. And I, for one, couldn't be happier. Number 8. He was reluctant to become Spider-Man. Even though he did eventually take on the mantle, that doesn't mean he was particularly happy about it. When he first got his powers, Miles didn't like it. He just wanted to be normal and decided to leave the heroics to Peter Parker, whom he saw as the real Spider-Man. However, when Peter died, Miles decided he couldn't sit idly by while the world went to crap, so he bit the bullet and started his heroic career. Way to take one for the team. Number 7. His uncle is one of his villains. It seems that Spider-Man are destined to have their uncles greatly affect their heroics. For Peter, his uncle taught him that his powers brought with them great responsibility. But Miles' uncle had a more direct hand. First, it was the spider he stole from Oscorp that gave Miles his powers in the first place, but later, good old Uncle Aaron, aka the tech-wielding criminal The Prowler, learned about his nephew's abilities and tried to blackmail Miles into committing crime for him. Thankfully, Miles has powers pretty well suited for taking out tech-dependent baddies, and he defeated his uncle. Zap. Number 6. He's half Puerto Rican. Here's something that I know a lot of people who haven't read the comics don't know about, because I've seen a bunch of surprise reactions to it on the internet, even though his name is kind of a hint. But yeah, Miles is actually half black and half Puerto Rican, with an African-American father and a Puerto Rican mother. This is the second time a Spider-Man has been part Hispanic after Miguel O'Hara of Spider-Man 2099, who was half Mexican. Having such a popular and mainstream character with a background like this was really exciting for a bunch of nerds of color who are pretty damn underrepresented in comics. Number 5. New powers. Probably the coolest thing about Miles' Spider-Man is he has a bunch of powers that Peter doesn't have. This not only sets him apart from his predecessor, but allows the comics to explore all new avenues. On top of the powers Peter received, the Spider-Bite gave Miles the ability to camouflage with his surroundings, making him effectively invisible. It also gave him bioelectrokinesis, which allows him to use electrical currents in his body to zap others. This allows him to use his signature attack, the Venom Blast, to electrocute enemies or take out electronics. So cool. Number 4. He's voiced by Donald Glover. That's right, even though we have yet to see Donald Glover play Spidey in a film, we have the next best thing. He voices Miles in the animated series Ultimate Spider-Man, and he is just perfect for the role. I always get Donald and Danny Glover mixed up, so when I first heard about this, I was picturing Spidey going, "Riggs, I'm too old for this shit." Number 3. He isn't as smart as Peter. A huge part of Peter Parker's character was his incredible genius. His scientific prowess was useful not only in his heroics, allowing him to create gadgets like his web shooters, but also in real life when he was the head of Parker Industries. Miles, on the other hand, is just a regular guy, even if he is smarter than the average Joe. Most of his power comes either from his spider abilities or Peter's old tech. Miles is a better dancer though. That's not a race thing, that's a Peter friggin' sucks at dancing thing. Number 2. The Miles from Earth 616 is a jerk, and that's putting it mildly. While the Miles we all know is a really nice guy, it turns out he isn't quite so nice in the main Marvel reality. This Miles followed more in the footsteps of his father and uncle and was involved with the Rigoletto crime family. He spent 3 years at Rikers Island to cover for his cousin, where he became friends with none other than Wilson Fisk, aka Kingpin. He ended up leaving the criminal life behind him because he fell in love with Barbara Sanchez, and after she dies, Fisk tells Miles about the alternate universes, and Miles actually ends up going to Earth 1610, thus effectively swapping places with the Miles Morales we all know and love. He found his gal, they clicked, and the rest is history. So sweet. Number 1. He might be immortal. Obligatory Misfits reference?
I'm immortal.
It was revealed in the Ultimates comics that the Oz formula seems to make users immortal. This is what allowed both Norman and Peter to survive their battle, since Norman had treated himself and Peter had been bitten by an Oz spider. But you know who else was bitten by a special spider? Motherflippin' Miles! Now it should be noted that the immortality thing could be a lie, so I wouldn't go testing it out, but it does seem pretty interesting. And to reiterate, this is for the Ultimate versions of these characters. That's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please smack that thumbs up button and subscribe to Top 10 Nerd for more videos. Let me know in the comments if you prefer Peter Parker or Miles Morales. And don't want to miss another video? Click the bell icon to join the notification squad so you know every time we upload a video. And if you want a sweet playlist to watch so you can just relax and let the nerdiness wash over you, check out our Top 10 Alternate Versions playlist on the channel. Until next time, I'm Ron Mackenzie Lafergie with Top 10 Nerd. Later, nerds.